is Mike Ritland, and he is the author of Trident Canine Warriors, My Tale from the Training Ground to the Battlefield with Elite Navy SEAL Canines. I hold the book up right here, and I welcome in Mike. Mike, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so you spent how many years as a member of SEAL Team 3?
I was on active duty just over 12 years.
12 years. And you have been, I guess, up until a year or so ago, you were back in the field training these remarkable animals.
Correct. I started the dog company in 2009.
It's the Warrior Dog Foundation.
Well, that's the foundation that we retire former special operations dogs.
Okay, yeah.
But I went out on the West Coast and was a trainer in 2011 and 2012 with the West Coast SEAL Team Dog Program, the MPC, or Multi-Purpose Canine Unit, and now I'm back in Texas and just still training dogs for mostly higher level state and federal law enforcement and personal protection.
I would just love to see. Not only it didn't work out that your partner didn't make it here today, the dog, but I would just it's just amazing. I mean, I have a little Bichon. And, to me, they're the smartest things in the world. And just like, what the level that you guys take them to in order to be to be SEAL members, to be here in New York City, to be members of NYPD. I mean, they're full-fledged officers, if you will.
Yeah, and the pipeline training process from the time that they're 3 days old until the time that they deploy is it's extensive. I mean, you're talking 3 to 4 years of training. The other, I guess, interesting fact is that, the caliber of dog that actually makes it through that is less than 1% of all working dogs. It's just they're essentially the Michael Jordans and Larry Birds of the working dog world. There's just so many characteristics that have to be there at such a high level that it's not a piece of equipment that can be manufactured.
Sure.
So, there's just not very many of them.
Now, you were in Boston in the aftermath of the bombing with your canines. Tell me what you guys did there.
Well, actually, I was interviewed on a number of occasions about, what I thought as opposed to actually being there. But the gist of it from my perspective was that, if no matter how good your dog is and no matter how many dogs you have sweeping through that area, if the bombs aren't placed there, no dogs are going to find them. So, my take was to set up the flow of traffic a little differently and basically cordon off the entire race route, do a thorough sweep, keep it secured, and then set up choke points that have to funnel all the spectators, staff, runners, everybody has to go through a checkpoint with an explosive detection passenger screening dog, and then had that been done, I'm confident that they would have been found. Now, of course, it's easy to sit here, after the fact.
But it sounds obviously well thought out. Is that similar to what they do at other venues, either marathons or sporting events, or no?
No, it's not. I mean, that's looking forward. That's probably
right.
what should or will take place. But it's it's like the day after 9/11. It's right. Easy to say, well, we should have done this.
Right.
So it's, to me, it highlights the fact that we live in a different America, and evil is here to stay, and it has to be dealt with on a preemptive basis as well. And so I think that's a good measure of how to combat it.
And when you heard about these explosions, and when you heard about eventually, which wasn't too long after, about the pressure cooker and the shrapnel, the ball bearings, and the nails, right away I heard experts say that this is what the Taliban uses and this is what they use in the Middle East. Did you come to that conclusion in your own mind?
Yes, I mean that's a signature trademark of some of the field craft over there. So as soon as I heard what was used, there was not a doubt in my mind that there was some influence and or training from some groups over there, which turned out to be the case. But
now talk about your time. Where exactly did you serve while you were over there in SEAL Team 3?
I did multiple deployments. I mean, I've been almost everywhere in the Middle East with the exception of Afghanistan, Iraq, and just about every other country over there. But I was involved in the initial ground invasion in Iraq, and we took down the oil platforms prior to the war starting, if you recall, and then moved up through the country thereafter and spent some time in many different places in Iraq. So, my experience with dogs from that time was actually kind of my light switch moment in terms of what made me interested in working dogs from a military standpoint.
Now, what was the experience with dogs overseas?
There was a Marine handler with an explosive detection dog, and their unit was getting ready to go into a pseudo cave complex. There was a small opening, and the dog alerted on the opening as being, explosives there, and it turned out there was a grenade booby trap right inside the door.
Wow.
And so, immediately my thoughts were, had that dog not been there, the first 1, 2, or 3 guys would have been most likely killed. And so, to me, that was a pretty stark light switch moment, and that it made me think, why aren't we using these dogs? Why isn't everybody using these dogs? And so ever since then, I just couldn't get enough of them, and had been working with them ever since.
And has the use of these dogs increased since that time?
Yeah, 100-fold, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone through the roof. Every unit, tries to incorporate them as much as they can. Some units more than others, and specifically from a special operations standpoint, there's been just an explosion, no pun intended, of dog programs used.
That's great. How can people help? Is there a website or something? Or
the WarriorDogFoundation.org is the organization.
WarriorDogFoundation.org. Very worthwhile. And these animals, I was really looking forward to meeting your partner, because I get a big kick out of that. But maybe next time. God bless you for what you've done and for what you do, and we really all appreciate it. You're a hero. And the book, ladies and gentlemen, is Trident Canine Warriors by Mike Ritland. My Tale from the Training Ground to the Battleground with Elite Navy SEAL Canines. Amazon and all over, I presume.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So go get it, folks, and it's a great read and a great story, as you might imagine. Thank you very much, Mike.